Hey everybody, it's Nikki with Delicate Tension Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you just have a lot of heavy Gemini placements in your natal houses, or certain transits happening for you at this time that are really triggering your Gemini energy. This will be for the date of December 15th through the 31st. Once again, I'm sorry I'm late. It's the holidays. I'm very busy. I'm actually having to take a break from doing readings from the 23rd, which is today, till the 26th. And, full-time job on top of that, so it's just been crazy. It is the holidays. It's a lot to do, a lot to get done. We do have a solar eclipse happening in Capricorn on the 26th. The sun came out as soon as I said that. And we also have a new moon as well. So there's going to be a lot happening. There's going to be a lot of really big changes. If I remember correctly, I think this is the last Capricorn eclipse that we have. They started in January of this year. So think back to that time, especially with the concept that we're closing out some really big cycles. We're closing out the decade. It's a lot to think about. And I'm sure you've already been thinking about it this year with all of the retrogrades we had and some really detrimental planets to make us think bigger, think deeper. It's very impactful, very life-changing. So yeah, let's see what it is that I see for you guys. You could emotionally be having to walk away from some stuff right now. But I also see you being kind of conflicted because it's almost like you walk away from things that aren't fulfilling you. I mean, it could be rejection too, but walking away from things that aren't fulfilling you. But at the same time, when you're walking away from it, you're still not happy. So then you want to go back to it. And then you go back to it and you're happy. And then you need to move away from it. So I don't know, you're probably feeling really conflicted emotionally right now, especially in terms of if it's not about a relationship, just what you want out of life. So yeah, I would think about that. And with that being said, we'll get started. Keep in mind this is a general energy. It is not going to resonate for everybody out there. If it does resonate with you, that's great. Also, if it does resonate and you would like a reading tailored to your personal experience, you can look down in the description box below and you have every possible way to contact me, including my Instagram. So what's going on with Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising for December 15th through the 31st, please? What's going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising for December? Okay. We have the Fool card, so possibly taking a leap of faith in a different direction or an unexpected direction. Knight of Swords in reverse. I would caution you with this leap of faith. Ooh, yeah, I would caution you for sure. This is very like, fuck it, let's do it energy. So I would just think about it. Let's see what else is going on surrounding that. So there's that sun. I think some things could be happening for you on the day of the eclipse, if not the weeks after. Eclipses do tend to have a shelf life of about 6 months to a year, so keep that in mind. Okay. So we have the Hanged Man in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Of course, I'm going to pull clarifiers on this, but let me just go ahead and run through what it is that I see right now. You are definitely topsy-turvy. You are definitely topsy-turvy right now. I feel like this is deeply connected to the energy that I was already speaking about when I was shuffling the cards. There's this weird conflict that you're experiencing because it's almost like holding on to what you know but still wanting to free yourself from that in a way where you can express your truth, whether it's through your more authentic self. So it could be your vocation, it could be what you do for a living, it could also just be within your own relationships. Maybe it's quite possible that you're not looking for anything right now because you're still dealing with having a blocked off heart, having your guard up, being protected. But I also think there's a need to really get grounded and allow yourself to listen to your intuition, or to kind of try to remove those blocks so you can do that, because I think that's my concern here with the Fool and the Knight of Swords in reverse. It's almost like thinking that you see clearly, but you don't. It's so confusing. Maybe that's how you feel. Maybe you're just really confused right now because maybe you are having this really crazy experience with feeling polar opposites. 1 second you feel one way, the next second you feel another way, and then you go back to feeling the way that you were before. So I would really suggest that you try to get grounded in the way that you are feeling so that you can understand better what it is that you're experiencing and what direction you need to go in. Because I do feel like, you know, I think you are going to end this year on a high note. I will say that. I think you're going to feel very, very supported and surrounded by people in your environment. I think that you are going to have an excellent holiday season with whatever you're doing, whether you're with family, whether you're with friends, or you're experiencing both. So let's clarify the Fool. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're done thinking about it. I think you're just done thinking. I think you're in a period in your life where you're being very impulsive. And it's almost like being the yes man. You're not saying no to things. You're just doing what you want to do. And I do think there is some personal satisfaction or gratification being a part of that with the Nine of Cups. It also can be overindulgent. Maybe you're in a period of your life where you are experiencing a lot of victory. So you're in a position to express and experience what your deepest desires are right now. Keep in mind those energies are always temporary. Things are always changing. So let's clarify the Ace of Swords over here. We have the Emperor. So I do think you're stepping into... I don't know if I want to finish that sentence because I don't know if I believe it was what I see. I was about to say that you're experiencing a more responsible period in your life, which there is a way to be responsible and still have fun, for sure. There is still a way to be responsible and throw caution to the wind. I just want you to be careful because I feel like this is changing for you moment to moment. So let's clarify the... Okay. Sorry, I'm going to be quiet for a second because I feel like I'm just going to start exploding with what it is that I see. I do feel like this is connected to prior energy, so this feels like a similar storyline to what I've already been reading about in terms of your sign in particular. There's this thing here where I think, you know, you're still in world building mode. I think you're looking at what you want your kingdom to look like. So you're taking a step back and saying, you know, if this is my life, and I get to create it, what do I want? What do I want my home to look like? What do I want to, what kind of clothes do I want to wear? How do I want to represent myself in the world now? Now that all this stuff is changing for me and now that I'm experiencing a totally different way of life, how do I want to express that? Through my words, my actions, my physical appearance, my environment. And I think that you are trying to figure out what that is, but at the same time, you still want to be explorative, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's great. And I don't see any cards here necessarily where I'm like, big warning sign. I'm just seeing cards that are really asking you to make sure that you stop and think about some of the things that you're doing, not necessarily everything. I really do just think that maybe you went through a period where you had to think about a lot of things and you were overthinking these things, or you spent a long time thinking about your actions, who you were, how you represented yourself. And now that you're in a period where you really are responsible, you're just like, fuck it. If I can be responsible and I'm doing great in my life, then I'm going to do what I want to do, and I don't care what anybody thinks or what anybody has to say. Those things I really enjoy. I mean, unless you're out there hurting people left and right. Excuse me. Whenever my throat closes up, it has a lot to do with quite possibly what's going on with your throat chakra. So it could be over or underactive right now. I do think it's a bit overactive. But you're just in a period of wanting to celebrate what it is that you've grown and you've created personally, and you just want to be happy. I think you just want to be happy. You want to share that with others. You want to share that with yourself too, because it's quite possible that you went through a period in your life where you couldn't indulge in yourself and you couldn't indulge in the things that you wanted, and now you can. We have the 10 of Cups again. We have the 9 of Wands, and we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, you're still pretty guarded though. We have the 8 of Cups again. You're still pretty guarded. So while you do have this kind of free flying energy and this energy of just going with the flow, I do think that you need to work on letting go of some of the stuff you're still carrying with you, so you can like fully be present in what it is that you're doing, or get the most benefit out of it. And the Sun again. So yeah, overall, I really think that this period of time for you is going to be great. I do think you're going to have your guard up in certain aspects. So like I said, I really do think you should be working on that, because I think if you can peel those layers back a bit, you can actually allow there to be more room and space for what it is that is continually coming into your life. You are a very emotionally abundant person at this time, and quite possibly physically abundant. You might be receiving a lot of money. You might be in a position where you have a lot of money so you can share more with others. But yeah, just be aware. If you have moments where you feel like you want to block people out, I mean, unless there's a really, really good reason, work a little bit on those blockages that you have. So I'm going to pull a final little set of clarifiers here. Yeah, you're definitely having fun. You're definitely having fun and indulging. While still working hard, I might add. But I really do think it's because you're creating your own private oasis for yourself. Love is not on the menu for you right now. I think love is kind of the last thing on your mind, so it's quite possible that you might have distanced yourself from a long-term relationship, especially since you're in this energy of like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do what I want. So yeah, continue enjoying yourself, continue working hard, and I think really it's almost this thing of, as soon as you get your life to the place that you want it to be, I still think there's some things that you're trying to manifest and create for yourself. Once those things kind of come into fruition, I think love will be more on the menu for you. But right now, you're really just trying to have a good time and create what it is that you want within your own reality. And I think for you, that is your truth right now. So congratulations. The next 2 weeks for you looks really, really great. I'm proud of you guys because I know you went through a pretty difficult period. So yeah, just enjoy this time. Spend time with people that you love. Enjoy celebrating in what it is that you've worked really hard for. Be open to receiving what others have to give you, and be open to giving to others as well. That'll kind of just, we'll close out your reading with that. And thank you for all of your support. Thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, comments. Even though comments are few and far between, I really hope to experience more of that. I really like communicating and connecting with others. So yeah, thank you so much for everything this year. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart for what has happened as I've kind of expanded onto this part of what it is that I want to do for myself, and it's been quite vulnerable, but satisfying and gratifying at the same time. If you did enjoy this reading, please like, share, subscribe, comment. If you are interested in connecting with me, my information is in the description box below. You just gotta connect with me if you would like a personal reading, and we can go through the details from there. And yeah, have a wonderful holiday season. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you guys in 2020.